Okay, so we're going to power up this vintage recessed incandescent. I think it's got like a 750 in here. We're not sure if this bulb is good. We got a bunch of these bulbs. We should probably separate the goods and the bads at some point.
Are we ready?
Ooh.
Nice.
That does look pretty nice.
It looks cooler than I remember, honestly.
That is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It actually distributes the light pretty well.
It does.
Well,
More so than you would think, because if that silver back kind of.
Kill all the rest of the lights. And this is what, a 500 or a 750? Do we know what it is?
I think it's a 5.
Well, there's one way to find out.
Oh, that's true.
Let me just grab the meter and we'll just put it in between. Just grab the meter. Okay, so one thing I was going to do was...
Oh, do a whole wattage test?
Yeah, after he does that, we'll kill the other lights, because he still has to be able... Well, I guess you can still see it with the light on. Go ahead and kill the lights. And kill the enclosure.
That's honestly cooler than I expected.
It is. It's cooler than I remember.
375 watts.
Interesting. A 375? That doesn't seem like a standard wattage.
That was just the medium set. I can see the tag. It's one... No, it says 500.
Then why is it only drawing 375?
I don't know.
Let me see. Let's see here.
Are you sure you're on the right side?
Yeah. That's the amps. Go amps. Power factor.
Yeah, 378.
Is this bulb just like depreciating or something?
I didn't think that. I didn't think that. I thought they got brighter as they got closer to end, because the filament gets shorter and shorter.
Right.
Well, grab a couple more. Let's see. I'm very curious about that, though. Although, what's the voltage rating on that bulb?
130, I think.
That's why, because we're running about 112 out here right now. And it's looking for 130. So I can't do the math because my, well, if somebody brings me a calculator, I can do the math. My phone is, it's actually more light in here than I would have thought for, now that I know that it's only pulling about 400 watts.
Yeah, it looks like all the ones we have that fit that fixture, like, because we have the giant ones for the pit lights, they're all 500, and they're rated for 125 to 130 volts for the little.
Okay, let's just try another one just to see.
That's gonna be
Because what, the big ones are 750?
yeah, the giant ones are.
And they wouldn't fit in here.
No, not without not with the cover on at least. I'm gonna get. I need a paper towel. That's gonna be higher.
That's going to be a lot of wattages.
Yeah.
And as you know, a watt is a measurement of heat, not of light.
Oh, that's hot. Oh.
Cooked Rick really good there. I want cheese on, I don't see Andy, so both of my burgers.
Yep. Okay. Cheese. I put them on after I am allowed to take them off, but I haven't flipped them yet.
Bernie fingers, you want cheese?
Yes, I do want cheese.
Okay.
Got it.
I'm just thinking now.
This bulb seems a little Morocco-like.
A little what?
Morocco-like.
Oh,
Look at the shaper.
yeah, it's a dead one. Well, no, it's not plugged in yet. Yeah, we could just write dead on the dead ones, I suppose. Ooh.
Well, I bet I got the filament.
Well, leave it. Let's see how long it burns.
That actually looks a little brighter to me.
It is. What's it drawing?
112 volts, 431 watts.
Okay. So this actually isn't crazy. The point that I wanted to make, and I was a little bit wrong, is, you know, when we put these in the ring lights, it did not seem like a 300 watt light.
No.
Because all the light was being directed upward and reflected off the ceiling, and it just really seemed like a waste of light.
That one, and for some reason, those bigger ones, they really are blackened. Like the ones that work are super. These have a little bit less black.
Yeah.
So we're probably getting a little
But I'm looking at what this is putting out and what these 300 watt LEDs are putting out, and it's about the same. So I think at least part of it is that this reflector actually makes really good use of the chrome tip bulb. Any fixture that's designed to take a chrome tip bulb like this is super childhood for me. And I've told this story on video a few times. I don't know if Pete remembers. You wouldn't, because you didn't probably come up here as a kid. There was a place called the Madison Civic Center. and it was our big like music performance center with various different theaters for plays and concerts and jazz bands and jazz clubs, and it just had like there's an art gallery, so a little bit smaller and more formal and chandelier like than like an expo center or a coliseum or a convention center. And it's been since replaced with the Overture Center, which is basically the same thing. But the Civic Center was built in I don't know when it was built actually, but every light fixture in that building was designed for one of three things: silver bowl incandescents, T12 fluorescents, or pin spots. You guys know what pin spots are?
No.
They're a type of par bulb that normally goes in a spotlight fixture designed for a disco ball, so it gives a spot of light that's only like 6 inches or so around, even though it's like a you could shoot it from the other one side of the barn to the other, and the spotlight's still going to be no bigger than this box fan. It's just a really pin-focused beam of light.
That's why I love how these are literally almost the exact same size too.
Yeah, the light's a little bigger.
Well, slightly, yeah.
So every fixture in the Civic Center had either chrome tips, pin spots, or fluorescents, and there were ring baloney fluorescents lining the walls, like maybe every 6 feet or so, both going up and down and going left and right, just lining the walls with circular fluorescents. And then on some of the ceilings were fluorescent uplights, and then pin spot downlights, and then all the way up in the mezzanine were like glass pendants. Like if you took a ring light and made it out of glass, that's what they looked like. So they still had a silver chrome, bulb in the center, and it lit up all the glass instead of lighting up all the rings. And then they had lots of other like industrial-looking fixtures that were designed for, like, they look kind of like what I call barn lights, like the ones up there, but they were designed for silver bowl bulbs. And I mean, that place must have went through 1,000 silver bowl bulbs a month.
They must have had an industrial-sized like warehouse of those.
I'm sure they just got them from Granger at the time, and Granger just backed up the semi.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
But I have a lot of very core childhood memories of doing music there and going to see music there and doing plays there and going to see plays there. And every light fixture in the entire building was wired every other. So when I would talk about how there was a row of like ring fluorescents on the walls, they were wired every other. And then like the pendants, they had maybe 20 of those glass pendants up in the high mezzanine, and like, so when it was time to go back in the theater after like an intermission, they would make them chase. Mm-hmm. Every single fixture in the whole building, bathrooms included.
That's pretty cool.
It was, I mean, it's.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. So.
It's a really, from a vintage lighting perspective, it was a really cool building. Now,
we gotta show this thing to Chris lights too, because I think he really likes these things.
Well, I'm gonna send a picture to the lighting group chat as soon as I'm done filming.
I didn't stick it on, but just for reference, there is a little silver trim ring that's supposed to sit right here. So I think that actually would be mostly like that would just be a solid square.
Yeah.
Right there. It honestly doesn't even look bad.
I wonder without the trim ring would those bigger bulbs fit?
Well, I'm just saying they wouldn't even fit like that.
Oh.
Even without it, like they're physically way bigger.
Okay.
That one, it's only got a 1/2 inch of clearance.
Well, I'm gonna take a picture of this and send it to the lighting group chat. So, thanks for watching. Bye, Fanstick.
By Lightstick.
Bye, Lightstick.